is a Cosmic Octave original podcast.
Me and Jake running down the street with a handful of comic books, kicking ass and banging chicks and drinking booze
No, not
and
me.
smoking
Not
weed.
me. I'm married.
Yeah, well,
I'm married.
Jake.
Can't do that.
Yeah. Off panel, off topic with Jake and Tyler.
Yeah, fucking theme song's over. It's all business with Tyler. No fun will be had before the show starts.
Still the metronome going on?
No, I turned it off.
Good job.
Tyler, it's a Saturday night. And it is the week
We've
before
been hanging out all day.
Off Panel Off Road.
Whoa! No shit.
Next week.
Nice.
It's going to happen.
Yeah, we're starting to record on Saturdays now.
Yeah, we'll see how that goes. I don't think that's gonna be. We're gonna stick to trying to do it on the weekends and putting it out on Monday. We'll see what happens. A lot to talk about today because it's a big day as we're recording this. Star Wars announcements, Marvel announcements at D23.
All sorts of crazy shit.
And I gotta be honest. While there's some interesting announcements, I think a lot of people built up what they were gonna do at D23 too much in their head. I mean, we didn't get a cast for Fantastic Four. We got a director, but we don't have a cast announcement. But they did announce some. We'll talk about it. They've announced some cast members for Captain America, and which is going to be interesting because that's the first Legacy sequel. Also, some updates on something that happened with Wanda. They're making a Scarlet Witch movie. So shocker, she didn't die in that movie.
I knew she didn't.
No, you didn't see a body. That's rule number one. All right, we got plenty to talk about. We're going to talk about She-Hulk. We got to talk about D23, as we mentioned. We got a new Black Adam trailer. And we get a great opportunity to expose a grift in the Grift Report.
Whoa.
That's happening in real time.
I'm excited.
Very exciting times. Tyler, let's get it started. As the Black Eyed Peas would say, let's get it started up.
Let's get it started in here.
She-Hulk episode 4, I will say, right out of the gate, probably my favorite episode.
Yeah?
I really enjoyed this episode. Because I think the show started to find its groove last episode, and I think now we're really in... I think it's kind of shown you where it is in the Marvel Universe and
we're
where
seeing,
it is in the MCU.
We're starting to see that arc that we've been talking about for weeks, which is
right.
She's understanding that, like, hey, as She-Hulk, the guy is hot to trot with her, and in the morning, she's not. And it's like, oh, I got to go. And it's like, well, that kind of sucks.
See, the thing is... that's such a weird.
Should
scene.
Should we just talk about the elephant in the room? How the grifters want to talk about
honestly,
rape culture?
I'm glad you brought. I'm glad you brought.
They
want
to talk about rape culture existing for men, but not for women.
Well,
is basically what they're saying when they're decrying the scene where she takes him off to the bed. I would love for a woman to take me off to the bedroom. Fuck yeah.
If this were a He-Hulk show, if this were a regular Hulk show, I think they wouldn't care.
No, if he picked up a woman and took her to the bedroom?
No, and I don't really want to... This is the thing that sucks. I would like to just talk about this show by itself. But I will say this, that anybody that's trying to tell you that she raped this guy in any way are fucking idiots. Yeah. Just because she transformed back to Jen. She didn't rape anybody. And that whole thing is stupid. And, well, let's kind of just talk about it, I guess.
Sounds like
I
a
don't
lot
know
of
how
people
to
saying that was rape have had sex with somebody who still had a dick and maybe found out about it the next day, Yeah.
And
they're like, hey, man, that's not cool. I'm like,
whatever, man.
Well, this show holds up a mirror to these fucks, and they don't like it. There's a reason.
I just want to talk about this scene in general because I think it's kind of a weird read because on one hand, I understand the point of the scene is to illustrate that, okay, he was interested in She-Hulk. He wasn't interested in Jen. Mm-hmm. And there's the other hand of it, like, well, did he know that she could change back? There's also that feeling of, like, should we really think this guy's an idiot or, like, a dick? Because did he know that she could change back? So, I don't know. I think that is me just looking too much into it. But on one level. On another level, I think it's great and it works to the story because she says when she turns into She-Hulk and makes that account, she goes, this is going to hurt Jen.
I'm not proud of this.
No, and then she says this is going to hurt Jen's ego. So she's already kind of splitting She-Hulk and Jen right there, which I think is interesting and again, true to the character and what she is. And I I think the reason I liked it so much is because so much of it focused on her personal life.
Yeah.
I think the show is so much better when it focuses on Jen because it's her fucking show.
Yeah.
Like the first date she's on is funny.
Yeah.
That when they're playing the super dramatic music when she's grabbing her purse and he's grabbing his wallet. Like that's such a funny moment.
That guy's such a douche.
Right.
There's so many guys like that.
Right. And again, that's what I think the show is starting to hit its stride and starting to understand what it's trying to do. I think those first 3 episodes were kind of getting the audience adapted to what they're trying to do. Because we've never had a comedy in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and we've never had a straight up comedy in the MCU that is so self-referential and so meta
to the whole MCU, and not just its own show,
right.
but it's very tongue in cheek and it's very successful at deconstructing the MCU into kind of exactly that's what makes me laugh about the show is these grifters like this should be their favorite show.
Yeah,
because
it makes fun of the
MCU and all this but I mean to me it's the perfect answer to all the trolls who hate the MCU for one reason or another. And look, I'm not saying you can't hate something. Of course you can. But if you're just hating it because saying you hate it makes you money and gets you clicks, well, who's really being dishonest here? You know?
Right.
And this show should be your favorite show.
And that's the thing. Most of the people that
it's brilliant about how it deconstructs everything and makes everything like, yeah, you know what? We are talking about some silly shit.
And most of the people that make content bashing on this don't even watch the episodes.
No.
Most of the time they just watch the clips. Like her taking him to, and then when they do review the clips, oh my God, dude. It is the most nitpickiest fucking whiny shit I've ever heard.
Oh, yeah.
There's one thing to have criticism, and then there's one thing to nitpick and bitch and moan about every single fucking frame of the fucking show.
Yeah.
And it's just the way, and that's why this week I really wanted to talk about how much I loved this episode and how good this show really is. And I feel like this is what fucking...
I liked the twist with Titania at the end, how she's
suing her for copyright.
She's like, yeah, I've seen a process server before, dude. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
yeah. That was pretty funny.
You think so, Your Honor? Get out of here.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
We got to talk about Madison. We got to talk about fucking
honestly,
Madison.
when I first saw her, I was like, ugh, I hate this kind of woman. This kind of human being, we should say. There are plenty of guys like that too.
Well, the woo. Party
just
type.
just shut up, right?
Hey
but
man, those people are fun.
As the episode, episode went on, yeah, I mean they're flaky as fuck, and yes. Small doses you can't count on for shit. Whatever,
you can't keep that up.
It's fun, yeah. It's not sustainable. But dude, as the episode went on, and we kept seeing more and more of her, like I started like by the end stinger where she and Wong are just hanging out.
So funny,
so great.
Good.
I honestly was like, now I want to see a buddy comedy with Wongers and Madison with a Y, but not where you think.
Did you see the news lately? Yeah, Benedict Wong, he had to have like serious back surgery because he's carrying fucking Phase 4 this whole time. Because Wong has carried Phase 4, my man. He's been fantastic. Seriously,
I know. I seriously thought you had like something to say.
Yeah,
and you were just making a
joke,
and I'm like,
I got him.
The face I made was because the joke was
You're pissed
lame.
because I got you.
Yeah.
No, but dude. Benedict Wong is so good, and he has so much chemistry with everybody he's on screen with.
Isn't it interesting how lucky it is that his real last name
character's
is Wong?
name is Wong? But yeah, and dude, the fact again, it does an amazing job of grounding this world, just kind of like how Daredevil did, and Luke Cage and all those Netflix shows. You know, on a very different scale, much more serious tone, obviously. But it does a great job of showing slice of life people in the MCU. That of course Jen is gonna keep being She-Hulk, and of course she's gonna be she's eventually gonna be an Avenger. I mean, of course they're gonna need a Hulk, right? But just to see like Wong watching the fucking Sopranos is funny. It's just funny because he's in the car. How do you say Carmitage?
Yeah, Carmitage.
The Carmitage, and he's just fucking watching HBO Max. He's watching the Sopranos. Yeah. It's hilarious. And then the fact that she fucking keeps spoiling it, which is funny because I keep telling myself one day I'll watch it, and then she keeps spoiling it.
I never cared for The Sopranos when it was on. I remember I had a girlfriend.
Also, the people complaining, that show's been out since 2001. Fuck off.
We started dating, and I moved in with her at one point because I had to. I couldn't pay my own rent or whatever. And didn't have a job, and one day I was really high, and I just decided to watch. She had season 2.
Woke up this morning.
Shut up.
She had fucking theme.
Yeah, she had season 1 on DVD, And so I started
Did you
watching
get yourself
it.
a gun?
No, I started watching it. I watched the entire first season. I was like, wow, this is really good. Da da da. And then I just forgot about it
Yeah.
because it was still on TV at that point. I think it was however many seasons there were. It was like the second to last season when I started watching that first. And then when I heard how the show ended, I was like, I'm glad I didn't watch anymore.
You know what I just realized? I still have to watch The Wire, and I said I'll watch it at the end of the year. We're in September, dude. Time's running out.
David Chase himself has stated, the guy who did Sopranos, he himself has stated the reason why the finale goes to black is because Tony Soprano gets whacked at that moment.
I love the fact that people just lost their shit on that finale. It's amazing. Anyway, back to She-Hulk. Also, is Donnie Blaze, is that a reference to Johnny Blaze?
See, that was kind of tripping me up too. I don't know. It seems like they wouldn't
have
be
the
so
rights.
I know, but it seems like they wouldn't be so cavalier about that.
I think it's just it might just be a joke.
Might be a tongue-in-cheek reference, but I
Yeah.
hope not. Or I hope so.
Yeah, because I don't want him to be like Johnny Cage's brother or something. That'd be stupid. I mean, or Johnny Blaze.
Maybe his real name is Dan Ketch.
That's what I was thinking. I thought it was going to be like Danny Blaze and like, oh, they mixed Danny Ketch with Johnny Blaze. That's funny.
That's the problem I still have with the MCU is they sometimes throw away characters but again, I know. Here's the thing: we're not shills for Disney because we don't get a check.
I wish
we don't like everything that comes out of there. But honestly, sometimes you just want to say, hey.
Yeah, don't you think if we were Disney shills, we'd be at D23? We'd be in Anaheim.
Fucking
you
right, man.
fuckers. You fucking. I wish we could have gone to D23, but
Would have been awesome.
I just think it's also.
They're never going to ask us now because we've already broken apart the next two phases, 5 and 6.
They don't want to see what happens with Phase 4 and Phase
MCU no dicks.
Phase
no dicks.
Phase no guys. Phase no dicks. Because Phase 5 was no guys, and then.
See, my question is like,
Another thing that I really liked this episode, is again it does a great job of being just a silly show, and it just embraces how silly it is, and that's what I said about last episode. I said it's finally starting to embrace the silliness of it.
Well, the last episode,
we literally had the third act of her fighting fucking gremlin demon things that turned into
which was a pretty funny
animals.
sequence.
Yeah, it is funny.
It shows, here's the thing is all the people saying they don't like it, they keep asking us for arguments why the show is good. We've given to you many of them.
Well,
but
and they missed the point completely of the show.
The notes, the character of She-Hulk in that scene hits all the right notes.
Yes.
She's pretty much impervious and she knows it, and it's more of an annoyance
And
than
she keeps-
anything.
and he's like,
and
"Stop
she's still
talking,
yeah,
fight."
because she's still and She-Hulk, if nothing else for any other reason, she is the one superhero in the Marvel universe in comics that is most tied to her personal life, except for maybe Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Spider-Man and maybe She-Hulk, but they're both their stories are always very grounded in their personal lives,
Yeah.
and that's what makes them fun.
Well, and
characters.
again, I think
that was what makes them relatable.
We talked about this last episode, and they also released a mid-season trailer. So I think
I saw that. I haven't
Daredevil's
seen it.
coming next.
Yeah. I don't want to watch mid-season trailers. I just want
to watch the fucking show. But again, you're like we said last week too. I think She-Hulk is really laying the groundwork to have, which is smart. I think there needs to be Disney Plus heroes. There just needs to be Daredevil should stay on Disney Plus. She-Hulk staying on Disney Plus. I'm not saying they couldn't be good movies,
Totally,
but I think they work better as shows.
Making appearances in movies.
Sure,
but that's it.
Sure. And she's obviously going to be in the Avengers movie at some point. I don't know. Maybe they'll do Daredevil in there. I don't know. But again, I agree. I think it's much more appealing to have these characters be street level and build that up. And
I just don't understand how I just don't understand any guys who are watching this show and aren't just fall in love with She-Hulk. She's, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Tatiana Maslany continues to be the best thing about the show.
Obviously the actress herself is very attractive and funny
Yeah.
and self-deprecating and brash. I love her salty attitude about shit. But when she's
I also
She-Hulk,
find it funny
man,
that she wears a man's suit
right?
to work. And then I will say I think most of the complaints about the CG are because of she's in a suit. I think the suit makes her look blocky.
Yeah.
So that's what kind of takes people's out of it with the CG. Because in that final scene, she looks great.
Yeah.
When she's in the dress and everything, and she, like, the model looks good. I was like, okay. So and again, it looks great in motion. Like, and that's what's so weird. It's so on and off about this show, and I understand it's probably budgetary stuff, but there's just
could it be that they tried to keep the suit real and put CGI inside of it?
Well,
you know what I mean?
I imagine the dress is probably. Oh no, I see what you're saying. Yeah. They try to make the
because we've seen
she motion capture.
We've seen, for instance, Thanos. What Josh Brolin looked
he
like.
wore the head thing.
Right, but he had the thing. Right. Okay, but I'm just saying,
well,
is that a possibility? Is that why it looks so blocky?
It could be her in the suit because I was watching the behind the scenes.
Or no, that they have like
I was watching behind the scenes on
skeleton above her holding the suit up.
No, she's just in a motion capture suit. I think, that. But there's like a little.
You know
head.
what I'm saying? Okay, whatever.
No, because they showed the picture of her twerking with Megan Thee Stallion in a motion capture suit. But what I was trying to say
I still think is hilarious.
What I was trying to say was Korg. I was watching behind the scenes of Love and Thunder, and Taika's CG suit, he has the CG suit on, but like the shoulder pads and armor that Korg was wearing was practical.
That's what I'm saying.
So that's what I think. I think the suit is probably a little bit more practical.
Maybe that's why it looks more blocky. Yeah.
But she looked like, I think her character model looked great in the final fight. Like I think she looked really good. Was she just going on like speed dates? Why was she in the same dress?
Speed dates.
I don't know. There's also people complaining, the same people that, again, I want to bring this up and I want to make it very brief because I don't want to talk about these people anymore when I talk about a show that I like. But there's also people saying, like, again, she's the guy that she takes home, they accuse her of objectifying her and like, well, you're mad about being catcalled, but you objectify this guy. And I'm like, brother, they don't correlate at all. One is you're going on a date with this person because most of the time when people go on dates as adults, they aim to fuck or a good time. But most of the time, they're probably trying to have sex. That's just the culture we live in now. We live in, and they talk about it on the show, we live in the swipe culture now.
And haven't you guys referred to women as cows and whores?
And to compare that to some woman just walking on the street and or being, I don't know, like AOC and saying, "Oh, you're my favorite big booty Latina," and harassing her, like that's totally fine. She deserved that because she's attractive. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
She deserved that because
and she's woke.
She deserved that because she went on a date and had sex with someone. Shut the fuck up.
Yeah.
Shut up.
It's.
But again, Madison was great. I think it was funny because again, these guys that claim to hate this show should love this show because they talk and complain about all the male caricatures. There's a female caricature in this episode.
Yeah.
Madison is a character, and it's funny.
Yes.
They're mocking that.
Yes. Exactly what you guys purport to hate about
Right.
women.
Right,
is,
exactly.
Or that type of woman.
She's a valley girl, party girl that they're making fun of.
And they completely miss
She's
it.
always drunk in every scene she's
Pretty much,
in.
yeah.
Madison, two N's and a Y, but not where you think. Like, come on. Like, that's clearly a caricature, like her fucking lawyer that she worked with, the other lawyer she worked with. And they should like it because, again, it's good comedy because it's taking shots at everything.
We've talked about this off the air. If this was the Wonder Man show,
it'd be totally different, yeah.
They would still find a way to hate it because it's the MCU, and they get clicks when they say they hate anything MCU.
Rage is algorithm friendly.
Sure. So here's what, I mean, if it was Wonder Man, they wouldn't be having the same arguments at all. It would be different arguments. And we've talked about also how, they're pissed about Rings of Power, how it's inclusive.
Yeah, we'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Dude.
Which, oh my God, dude. You talk about, look. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to breathe.
No, it's fine.
You just burped?
It's not your fault. It's just, wow, we're really, really close together.
Well, and I'm struggling breathing right now because allergies are kicking my ass.
But, I like the episode, and
yeah.
Again, you want arguments for why it's great. Again, it hits all the notes of the character. Anybody who's read and is a big fan of She-Hulk like I am, and you'll know that it hits all the notes that the character should hit.
Another thing I love about this episode...
Better than a lot of MCU characters.
And another thing I loved about this episode, and I feel like this show keeps getting better with each episode, is it simultaneously feels something completely out of the MCU, but at the same time totally fits inside the MCU.
Right, yeah.
And I think and the humor is really that reason behind that.
Do you remember we talked about like the first couple episodes of Daredevil season 1? like almost the first
How
entire season,
detached it
they
is.
they kept referring to things that happened in the MCU, but they never really went past references, right?
Yeah.
That's what, and we talked about this either last week or a couple weeks ago. That's what I think Feige wants to do with She-Hulk.
Yeah,
is say,
I think he's starting to split the Disney Plus
right,
shows.
like this is what when we first started doing Daredevil with Netflix. The plan was to make it all street level.
Yeah.
That referenced each other, and maybe they made appearances, but then Netflix fucked that up for some reason or something.
I think there's still like what I look at it as,
or they canceled the shows or whatever.
I look at it as like you know how we talk about we had the topic a while back where we talked about like if we ever think that they'll make separate studios, like you know how they have like Black Label and
right,
they have Marvel Knights or you know Max or whatever.
They might,
I think that is what we're gonna see. Like I still think we're gonna have things like Secret Invasion and Armor Wars that are going to be attached to the mainline stuff.
Sure.
But I think we're also going to see Disney Plus kind of evolve, like the Disney Plus shows kind of evolve into their own things. Like I was talking about before, where Daredevil and She-Hulk are going to be in universe, but they're going to be at such different levels and different things, and maybe they'll cross over into the bigger stuff.
Right.
But you're going to have like one. I think what they're going to start doing is do like event shows and regular shows, which I think would be. That's why I think Daredevil is 18 episodes. I think that's why She-Hulk is 9 episodes. They're going to be like, okay, these are very clearly going to be TV shows. They're not going to be the super long feeling movies that the other shows have been, other than WandaVision. Because and I think the two best ones were probably WandaVision and Loki for me. She-Hulk is probably.
I really liked Miss Marvel a lot more than I thought, and again, I got caught off guard because I completely forgot about it.
It's the same for me. It's the same thing as every other Marvel show. I was really into it, and then I kind of fell off. I think
you remember how much we loved Moon Knight, and now like I think back on it, I barely remember it.
No, I don't hate it.
I don't think. It just was kind of there was so many wasted opportunities, and every time like there was a cliffhanger at the end of an episode, you're like, "Ooh, this is gonna happen next episode."
But you were gonna ask me a question about Secret Invasion, right? You were gonna say because
Werewolf
by Night.
What was that rated? Did it say on the preview?
I don't know, but
I'm willing to bet it's got to be TVM.
It's at least like well, I don't think they're gonna go that far.
14 at least.
I would say TV 14, which is the equivalent to a PG 13. I don't know. I think that's exciting, dude. That looked fun.
Let's get into that. Let's get into some D23 shit.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
She-Hulk loved it. Best episode yet. I can't wait.
It keeps getting better, and I know like I'm hedging my bets a little bit just because we just talked about Moon Knight. How much I loved Moon Knight while it was on.
Right.
Now I think back on it, and I'm like, wow, there's so many missed opportunities, and what's going to happen with the character and everything. I've heard he's supposed to be in Captain America 4, which we talked about.
Rumor
my fingers.
I have heard that as well, that he might be in New World Order.
So, but I really do like She-Hulk, and again, as a longtime fan of the character, and particularly the John Byrne run from the late 80s, early 90s, I love everything that the show has done to kind of hit those beats, those story beats, and those character beats and everything. Honestly, it's okay if you don't like it, but I really got to question why.
Yeah,
because it's not the writing. Again, the writing is really, really good, and it's funny.
Yeah, I don't know. I could see. Well, that's not. I mean, it's so subjective, you know. But
it is.
I agree. I've enjoyed a lot of it. I could see there being some criticisms of it. I could see how some people that aren't chuds. I do think there are some people that might feel that some of the messaging might be a little heavy-handed sometimes. But other than that, I don't.
It's not a perfect show.
No,
I'm not saying
perfect.
that,
No,
but
no.
I mean,
I want to wrap it up by saying I love her fourth wall breaks.
Yeah,
the more we see, the more because when she makes the Twitter armor joke, it's so funny, and it's like that article you shared from CBR.
Yes,
where they can almost real time respond to that.
I wanted to read that segment because it was from Katie Dahl of CBR. I
think you talked about her before.
I think we might.
She was the one who said, "I'm all for the MCU" or whatever.
Yeah.
I was gonna take a sip of beer, but I guess I'll vamp.
Yeah, no, you can.
Saturday night, and I'm drinking.
So, she wrote an article which was really great, and she's talking about. The article was about how people are upset that Sopranos was spoiled.
Oh my
and
god!
it's
Shut
just
up.
like, and the tone of the article is basically like, shut your fucking mouth.
I mean,
It's been
that
out
show's
for
been
50
out since
shit.
2001. Shut up.
But she said something in one paragraph that really brought it home to me exactly why these people are so wrong about She-Hulk and why we can easily prove it. And it's this. By being a comedy where Jen often breaks the fourth wall, the show can openly address the misogyny and mistreatment of women that is still seen in the Marvel fan base.
Yeah.
And that's an article on CBR by Katie Dahl. And that's why these people hate the show, because anytime somebody who isn't them, who isn't white or male or Christian, in the case of probably Star Wars girl, if anybody who isn't them, they don't want them empowered because they think that there's a culture war and whites are slow.
So,
hey, Jake, what race are you?
I believe they would say white.
Yeah,
Caucasian.
I'm pasty white, and I can tell you right now, I don't feel like white people are being erased. Because
I don't even got a joke for that.
well, no, I mean, don't you think? Like,
Yeah.
the fact that more minority characters and creators and everything are being seen more and in better, better instances, more opportunities to be seen and everything, that doesn't erase white people.
Nope.
It just makes our world a lot better. And there's so many more stories that we're going to learn and hear about, like the great, what was it called in Miss Marvel? The Great Divide, the Great Partition.
Yeah.
Never heard about that before. That's really interesting that we got to see that type of stuff. And I mean, anybody who doesn't want to broaden their minds and just wants to stay in fucking Tennessee bumfuck, USA and read the Bible and fuck their cousin, I mean, that's fine, I guess. But
there's
so much more in the world than just fucking your cousin and drinking moonshine until you're blind.
Well,
motherfucker.
that's the truth. I don't want to be right.
Yeah, I guess it would be Guinness for Potato Head Mr. Man in England.
Think of the comedy. Yeah. So I love that episode. Can't wait for more. It's pretty good.
So what's next?
Tyler, let's
D23?
talk about some D23. While we're talking
Fucking
about
do it.
the Marvel Cinematic Universe.
We already knew Matt Shakman, so currently no.
I have not seen any casting news, but we'll talk about that. But I mean, we can. Matt Shakman, mostly he was the showrunner for WandaVision.
There was so let's talk about the two trailers we just watched.
I don't want to fucking talk about those.
The Werewolf by Night trailer, which I didn't even know was happening, but
I
looks
didn't either.
Fucking amazing.
I love it.
Black and white and violent.
I knew they talked
very
about
noir.
it forever ago, but there'd been nothing, not a peep.
There's rumors that Moon Knight's supposed to appear in this.
That would be perfect because
he made his first appearance in Werewolf by Night in the comics.
Well, then why didn't they?
Did you know that, you fucking chuds? You never read a comic? I don't know why I keep addressing them. They're such fucking wieners.
See, that's the thing. Wouldn't that have been fun to have in the fucking Moon Knight show? I mean, I'm glad that there's Werewolf by Night show because it's such a cool trailer. It's very gothic. It's very Universal Monsters.
It's very unlike
classical.
MCU, which
right.
That's the reason why I like, because they're willing to take chances,
That's what
even
they're
if
doing
they don't always land.
Yeah, and I'm saying you can do. They I think they have this idea of like we already have the install fan base of Disney Plus, and all the Marvel fans are hooked on this content. Why not take some chances and try some weird shit and put it on Disney Plus? Which is what HBO Max should have been fucking doing a long time ago.
I think that is exactly how we both feel about the Werewolf by Night show. It looks really cool. Or is it just a movie? It's an event?
Special event. So I think it's just like a special,
Probably
like a
movie.
one-off. It's like a TV equivalent of one shot.
That's what
like,
I was thinking.
Which is cool because it's around
Sure.
Halloween. It's a good idea. I like it a lot.
I think we're kind of split.
I honestly, of all the trailers I watched, the Secret Invasion trailer was good. But
I was just gonna say I think
like
we're
that
kind of
one.
split on that one.
I like Werewolf by Night a lot.
No,
yeah.
I'm
I'm just saying I like that trailer more. I think that Werewolf by Night
Me too.
was just hitting a different chord, and because I love
I want to know what the fuck is going on in Secret Invasion, and honestly, that trailer told me nothing.
Good. That's what a good trailer should do.
Fair. That's a fair point. But I do like a little more tease.
Right.
There was no tease. There was no like, hey, check out this character.
Yeah. We'll
at the end or something.
Okay, so. We have Nick Fury showing up, so I'm assuming it's going to be like they're going to have to address the fact that this is the real Nick Fury because she said you were off planet and you never returned my calls. And he comes in with a big beard and he's like, "Well, this is different." And yeah, so did you catch that the guy that jumped over the table? He is the Skrull that was in Captain Marvel. He's the actual actor that plays that Skrull.
Yeah, Ben Mendelsohn.
Yeah, and he was in that human form in Captain Marvel, I'm pretty sure.
Yep.
And so I'm wondering, I'm thinking this is how they're, and I got to give us credit. We put the clip out.
That's Talos.
Yeah, we put the clip out. I'm telling you, Secret Invasion is turning the Skrulls heel. That's what they've been trying to do with this.
Yeah.
And he's going to be turning it. He's
That's
going to
why.
be the bad guy.
That's why he was scared when all of those Skrulls showed up in that restaurant, because he's like, oh shit, and they were all the same guy. Because he's like, oh.
Yeah.
Because he's trying to.
Or maybe Talos is trying to be the good guy, and he's like, you don't understand. There's more of my kind coming, and they're not nice, or maybe something like that. Maybe they still try to make him the good guy.
That's going to be it. Yeah, no, I think they'll keep Talos as a good guy. I think they will.
But they're going to say, yeah, the new Skrulls.
But he's going to be like a. I think we're going to learn that the Skrulls, even though we thought they were good guys in Captain Marvel, that's the exception that proves the rule.
I gotta ask
and
you,
that the Skrull Empire in the MCU is going to be exactly like it is.
I think it will be too.
The Marvel comics, which is just ruthless and a lizard and fucking conquer everything.
I got a question for you. Do you think that was long? I'm going to use another wrestling term. Do you think that was long-term booking from Marvel by saying, let's put the Skrulls in Captain Marvel?
Mm-hmm.
But I thought, and here's another wrestling term, I thought they were trying to swerve us by being like, no, the Skrulls that you know in the comics, they're different. These are good guys. Because when you see, as a comic book reader, as you see a Skrull, you're like, no, fuck them. They're Skrulls.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
And casual viewers probably not going to know what a Skrull is. So do you think that was always in the cards? Do you think they always were like, we're gonna set this up here and then pay this off way down the line?
They've done it before. Look at how look at how long. I know you fucking shitheads don't get this, but look at how long it took them to get from Thanos in Avengers to actual Thanos in Infinity War.
It took
ever.
It took 6 years because 2018 is when we saw.
Right, it took forever, man. It
Infinity War.
didn't just happen overnight.
And it was like
MCU is very brilliant about keeping a lot of plates in the air and somehow always catching them. They have. I think there are plot points and plot threads that, of course, whatever. But
they fucked up the Mandarin, and then they tried to fix it with
which I think they did. Were pretty successful.
I think they did a fine job fixing it in Shang-Chi, but it was kind of funny where it's like, because I remember seeing that in theaters, being like, "What the fuck is this?" But I've kind of grown on it. He's gonna be in Wonder Man, which I guess is happening.
Whitewashing aside, because obviously that was not a good choice. But when I saw that first trailer for Iron Man 3,
you'll never see me coming,
dude.
Like, that's such a cool.
Weren't you just so fucking psyched? And he had those fucking rings, and you're just like, dude, fuck yeah, fucking Mandarin, dude. And then it's a fucking actor. Sorry, I blew up the fucking. But then it's a fucking actor, man. I was so pissed.
Yeah, he will be in Wonder Man, which apparently is happening.
Yeah, who's gonna be Wonder Man?
I don't know. Still nothing.
I don't care.
Who knows? I don't even think they have a timetable of when that's gonna come out.
You know what? Oh!
Hold on.
No.
I want to.
Spoiler shit.
What?
In the comics, Vision was made by encoding Simon Williams' brain patterns after he died.
The Wonder Man.
Yes.
Wait.
Now,
White
currently,
Vision is Wonder Man?
No. Right now, White Vision is wandering around the world with none of his memories or anything like that.
Yeah.
Okay. What if they got Paul Bettany just as a dude to play Wonder Man, and then they somehow made you know what I mean, and somehow actually came back to the real comic books where Simon Williams and please give us a fucking original Human Torch. Right. You showed him as Captain America.
So we have some news on Thunderbolts. I know you're not very excited about this.
I'm not. I just don't really.
So Thunderbolts will end Phase 5.
Okay.
July 26, 2024.
Was it Fantastic Four is starting Phase 6?
Phase 6, yeah.
Okay, interesting. So Thunderbolts and then okay.
Well, yeah, because I'm pretty sure.
I hope Thunderbolts doesn't get the thing that Captain Marvel had.
Well, Fantastic Four will lead into the Kang Dynasty, which obviously will connect.
Eventually,
it will connect Nathan and Reed. Anyway. So I want to point out the cast because it's an interesting Thunderbolts team that isn't like the comics. It's kind of weird.
No.
First of all, directed by Jake Shearer, and it's written by Black Widow co-writer Eric Pearson.
Cool.
And so this is clearly going to be the Suicide Squad. I'm trying to pull it up here. It's the direct has said that they've confirmed 7 actors.
We know it's
so Julia Louis-Dreyfus will be Valentina Allegra de Fontaine.
Yeah.
And so it'll be Florence Pugh, Yelena Belova,
Black Widow.
Winter Soldier will be in it. Hannon, John, Cameron,
Hannah
Ghost.
John Kamen. Yep.
So here's the team: Black Widow, Winter Soldier, Ghost, Red Guardian, U.S. Agent, and Taskmaster. Those are the 6.
Okay. There'll be some funny moments between U.S. Agent and Red Guardian. I guarantee it.
Yeah. See, I don't. Okay. I'm kind of with you. Where Thunderbolts was never really my bag, because it's always it's clearly DC or it's Marvel's Suicide Squad, right? And I think this movie will be interesting, and I think it'll be another departure from what we're seeing, because we haven't Marvel has done a really good job holding off doing anything Suicide Squad style.
Well, yeah, they should.
And I wouldn't be surprised if this. I could still very clearly see this being PG-13.
Yeah.
But I think they could go for an R rating because they're more willing to put the Daredevil stuff and the more adult stuff on Disney Plus. I could see them trying to maybe make this R-rated, which would make it interesting. Because I feel like if this is just a PG-13 movie, I don't think a lot of people are as interested as they would be if it was R-rated.
Right.
You're like, because this is literally a team of killers, and I think the only difference is going to be that Bucky, and because I was thinking why the fuck is Bucky in this movie? But I'm imagining he's going to be the Rick Flag moral guy, even though everybody on the team's be like, you fucking killed more than people
right,
probably did.
Right.
So again, I don't
I'm still
think
just
it will
not-
be, but I think I would be more interested if it
I'll
was.
still watch it. I like everybody that's in it. I just honestly, I don't know. My honest reaction to the Thunderbolts movie news is this: I don't really need Thunderbolts, but did I? Again, I don't want to sound like just whatever they put out is awesome, because it's not. But I do. They've earned the right at this point to get my trust.
Right.
There are not a lot of missteps that the MCU takes, to me, as a fan of the comics, as a fan of the stories they tell. There've been some egregious ones, but not a lot of them. And by and large, the MCU has stayed to its true path because they have a guy named Kevin Feige who knows what the fuck to do. I don't know how he keeps all those plates in the air, but God love him.
Mm-hmm. Other news, we have an updated cast list for Captain America: New World Order. As it'll be in Phase 5, March 2024.
So what's the cast news?
Got a brand new logo too. Sexy. So I would say Anthony Mackie will return as Sam Wilson. Danny Ramirez will join the cast or maybe Danny Ramirez as the character? Yeah. Danny Ramirez will reprise his role as Joaquin Torres, who was apparently in...
What? Huh.
You're going to love this. They're bringing back Tim Blake Nelson as the leader, who was in The Incredible Hulk.
What's his name, though?
The leader. Yeah, he is officially confirmed.
Fuck
He
yeah!
will make his return as the leader.
Nice.
Why? This is more credence to what I was saying, that they're getting the rights to Hulk back.
Yeah, they have to be. The leader is a
'Cause
Hulk
he was
character.
in The Incredible
yes.
Hulk.
The leader is a Hulk character. Fuck yes.
You're
okay,
gonna love
who
this
else?
too. the guy Carl Lumbly, Isaiah Bradley will return. He was the old man that
Oh
talked
yeah, cool.
to him. And there's Shira Haas will play Sabra.
Okay, she's a Israeli superhero. Yes.
yes.
Mm-hmm.
Is a mutant with powers who works for the Israeli.
Yep.
Mutant.
Yep.
Oh, is Captain America going to play around with some X-Men? Maybe. It also says that it seems that this is from the direct. It seems that Captain America: New World Order will be a reunion of a few MCU characters, both Hamley and Ramirez. So it appears likely the new Captain America movie will continue the character arcs and set up in the Disney Plus series.
Cool.
It's cool.
Cool.
That is surprising, especially the fact that we get Abomination back in She-Hulk, and we're getting the leader coming back, which is fucking wild. I didn't expect that at all.
Oh, cannot fucking wait. The
Which-
leader is one of the best villains
was
in
kind of
comics.
a throwaway in the Incredible Hulk movie.
Yes.
It was
which
like an
pissed
Easter
me
egg.
off. Did you see the rumor about the Fantastic Four casting
No.
earlier today on Facebook?
No. The fucking
Doctor Doom is rumored to be cast.
I've also heard that there's a rumor that Doctor Doom is in Black Panther.
Could be.
Also,
But do you know who
I
they
have something after
who they
this.
have to play him?
Mm.
Henry Cavill.
Oh, that's been the. Yeah, see, they keep teasing that he's joining Marvel. I don't know.
Did you know they've never asked Tom Hanks to be in these movies at all? They asked him. They're like for the Pinocchio press tour. They're like, "Hey, so what's going on with that?" And he's like, nobody's ever asked me about that. Nobody's ever said, "Hey, do you want to be in an MCU movie?"
Yeah.
And the guy writing the story was like, "Why? What the hell?"
Also, they showed footage of the Marvels, but they have not released it online.
That's fine.
So yeah. Also, they did not show this, but they did to the public. But there was a season 2 trailer for Loki, and it shows off Kang.
Cool.
Yeah, so that's exciting. There's also they added somebody to the cast, but I don't remember their name.
I don't really care.
No. To me, the most surprising thing, was the fact that the fucking leaders.
That's pretty cool.
That's such. Again, it adds more credence that they're going to do something with Hulk, because why would they keep bringing back the Universal characters if they didn't already have things in motion to bring him in, which is great because I love Hulk and it's good to see him get his due. So we also have news on Armor Wars. No release date, but it is coming after Secret Invasion. It's supposed to immediately.
And Don Cheadle is clearly in Secret Invasion.
So let's talk about Secret Invasion.
Do we want to?
The trailer.
We just did. Didn't we already talk about it?
Did we really?
Yeah. There's not much to talk about. It was a bunch of like, hey, here's a bunch of scenes to whet your appetite.
What are you so mad about? That's the point of a trailer.
That's fine.
It doesn't have to show you everything.
Give me some.
Why?
Shut up.
Why?
I don't want to talk about it.
Also, I think I already said it, but Scarlet Witch is confirmed 2024.
To be a movie.
I don't really.
We're split on that.
You and I are split on this because I feel like we have.
I think they can give her a redemptive arc. You don't.
But okay.
Or you're kind of more.
Tyler, how are you going to make
I don't know. You're right.
Listen to me.
I can't argue with you on that.
I'm not disagreeing with you that it'd be great because Elizabeth Olsen's great in the role.
Right.
I'd love to see more of her.
But your perspective is not wrong.
Exactly. Because, again, how can you get behind a character who enslaved a whole town, and then after doing that, was like, I'm gonna break the whole multiverse because I want these kids?
Have you seen the meme where it's like Earth 6 or Earth whatever Wanda
838 because that's the
whatever, but she killed all of those heroes.
Yeah,
and then she left.
Yeah,
and what about the Wanda?
Who's drowned?
Maximoff in that universe who's still there.
Yeah.
Aren't they going to catch her and hold her for trial? Right?
Well, I also saw another thing that said that.
Of course, what's her name is still alive in that universe.
I also saw another thing that said, that there was an ending where Reed Richards doesn't die. And he was like observing in the whole, like he wasn't in the Illuminati scene. He was like watching the whole thing happen at the Baxter Building or something.
Weird.
I don't know. Yeah, it is surprising they haven't announced any casting for Fantastic Four, which makes me think if they're just now talking about the director, I think this movie's still quite a ways away.
Real quick, one more
pre-production.
casting rumor. We've heard this before, but there is talk of Giancarlo Esposito will be Professor X, and then Denzel Washington will play Magneto. And there was a person who posted it on Facebook, and I was reading it, and this one other guy said, "You know what? Love Denzel, but you know who would make a better Magneto?" And I totally agree with this. Forrest Whitaker. If you're gonna go the race swap direction, I think honestly Forrest Whitaker can be a hell of a lot more sinister, and I think he would bring a little more, I don't know, something to the role that I don't think Denzel can. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Don't you think that would be pretty badass?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not a huge Forrest Whitaker.
See, to me, though, Forrest Whitaker is also really too old. I don't want... I think if they're smart, they'll make as many of the mutant characters younger as they can, so they can keep them around for a while. But, hey, you know what? If you make Forrest Whitaker Magneto, like, in the next year or two, in, like, 8 years when Secret Wars happens, you can do a soft reboot again. All right, what's next?
Also, Kevin Feige shed some light on... Phase 5 and what's happening with Ant-Man and the Wasp. Mm-hmm. They showed footage but didn't release it to the public.
Okay.
A lot of people saying Kang looks badass, looks awesome.
Cool.
So yeah, they're saying that according to Feige, let me scroll down here. He says during the Marvel Studios panel on Saturday, Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige confirmed to the audience that Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania goes right into Avengers: The Kang Dynasty.
Oh wow!
This is a big movie. It goes right into Kang Dynasty. Like Loki season 2 capitalizes off of the ending of the first season. This is the calm before the storm. Loki is trying to warn everyone about the coming war with Kang, which is cool. I like that. I like that a lot. I'm into it. I'm into it so much.
So what's next?
Another quote. There's also a shot where Loki chisels away a mural of the timekeepers to reveal a wall of a giant golden Kang variant faces. So, yeah, that's exciting. Just like Thanos in the main villain in the city saga, seemingly kind of right in the middle. So, yeah, I guess there's all just fluff here. More of what we expected. I can't wait, dude. February. I can't believe it. Fucking Ant-Man and the Wasp is right around the corner. I'm very excited.
So wait a second. Ant-Man and the Wasp.
Black Panther will end Phase 4 in November.
Right.
And then February is when Ant-Man and the Wasp starts, and that's the beginning of Phase 5.
But he said that it leads directly into Kang Dynasty?
Narratively, probably. It leads right into the Kang Dynasty.
I didn't think it was coming out that soon, or he's talking about later on down the road, I guess.
Well, I think he's saying this directly sets up Kang Dynasty.
Okay.
And then everything else that happens after that movie is kind of just flowing into that.
Alrighty.
Kind of how, they did, where they would do with Infinity War, they'd had like Ant-Man and the Wasp and Captain Marvel.
I got you. Yeah, and they did different, I got you.
Alrighty, Tyler, let's talk about DC, motherfuck. Let's talk about Black Adam. Talk about that new trailer. I can't tell you how excited. You're going to fucking see this movie with me in theaters.
Sure.
We're going together.
No, we will.
We're going to review it because I don't think my wife cares about it. And we're gonna watch it.
I don't really care about it.
I know you don't. You know why? You have good reason to, because I still think it'll get fucking delayed tomorrow. You know what I mean? That's just the kind of fucking...
just like I said, it's like DC has just fucking pissed away any goodwill that they ever had for anything they've done.
It's okay. It's going to be fine. I think it's interesting.
DC is so full of brilliant stories and brilliant characters and just so much history to draw from, and you fucking idiots just can't get it right. What the fuck is wrong with you? I don't get it anymore, and I'm really kind of sick of it. This whole, like, either fix the ship, which is becoming more and more difficult as the days go fucking by, or fucking sink it and start over. But either way, whatever the fuck you're doing and have been doing for the last 10 years, I don't care anymore. Any DC project that comes out, I'm like, I don't fucking care. Why? Why should I care? A, it's going to get delayed before I see it, or canceled before I see it. One or the two.
Yeah.
Fuck off, DC. You do your whatever. I'm going to sit here silently because I don't give any shits about this crap.
I thought it was a cool
The trailer looked really pretty. Whoop-de-fucking-do. Black Adam is a boring fucking character that means nothing to anything in the DC. And motherfucking Rock has decided to eliminate Shazam from the whole... Why? Black Adam is a part of the Shazam family, you idiot.
I think the reasoning is they wanted to push more... they should have just made a Justice Society movie.
Fucking A, right?
Because that's clearly what they're trying to show off. Because I think
because nobody else gives a fuck about Black Adam. I'm sorry.
I think what tested well was the JSA.
Sure.
And that's why they showed that off so much in that trailer. And I think that's going to be the biggest selling point, because you're right. Nobody cares about Black Adam.
No.
And I love The Rock, but unless he does some really crazy shit in this movie, you're still just going to think it's The Rock. It's so hard for him to shake that persona, because he just feels like he's doing like, okay, but this is the boulder.
Ryan Reynolds
this is the hard rock.
And Deadpool have the added advantage of having a mask on most of the time. And he's kind of had that kind of jokey kind of character anyway for most of his career. Yeah, The Rock, I just got to say, there's characters out there like Channing Tatum with Gambit. Like, I just want to make a Gambit movie. I was born to play that part. Why? Why Gambit? What a stupid fucking character.
Despite this negativity, I'm still excited for this
Dwayne The Rock Johnson has said the same shit. I was born to play this. Why? Why that character? He sucks.
Hey,
there's nothing to him because you kind of look like him.
Hey, there are some good Black Adam stories. But that could be said about any comic book character, really.
I just don't care. It's like Morbius. Hey, Morbius is out. I don't give a fuck.
Hey, we're gonna watch that shit on Netflix. I'll watch it. I don't care. Come on. It'll be good content. We can put it on the tube.
Sure.
On the tube, on the podcast
Sure.
feed, whatever.
Sure.
Put it on the
Sure.
tube.
We can put it on the tube.
You ever watched We could have watched it today, you fucking
I don't
asshole.
fucking. We wanted to watch Iowa State beat Iowa.
It finally happened.
Jesus fucking.
Yeah, I just feel like this is just a JSA movie. And you know what's funny is we've done a couple Black Adam topics, but I feel like most of the time it ends up the same where it's like I just don't think this movie's going to fucking come out. Until I am sitting in the seat with popcorn in my hand, I don't think this fucking movie is coming out.
I've gotten to the point now where I just don't care.
I think it'll be good.
Sure.
No,
We'll go see it.
No. Let me phrase that. I hope it's good. But given that they showed so much of JSA, I just don't think the Black Adam stuff is as compelling as The Rock wants it to be.
You know what I want from this movie?
What?
I want to be entertained. Do I think I'm going to be entertained? Probably.
Mm-hmm.
But again, it's not.
Well, and they
to me, and yes, because I'm such a Marvel fan, but to me, anything they put out for the MCU is must see something, TV or movie, because I gotta see all the steps. That's just me personally.
Yeah, that's because you're a Marvel shill, you son of a bitch.
You know, I've been very honest before that I am very biased towards Marvel.
You are a Marvel shill.
But what did I just say about DC having brilliant stories and everything? Didn't we say that if they wanted to keep like a main timeline but also do Elseworlds shit that would be fine with us?
Yeah.
Why are they trying to hold on to these?
I don't know.
These fucking stupid vanity projects of Black Adam by Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Fuck off. And then the Flashpoint movie. Well, we finally got Michael Keaton to put the batsuit on. Yeah, but the star is a fucking rapist and a predator.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Can we maybe?
Yeah.
Hey, I just want argument from you why DC should keep making movies. Give me one good argument.
I don't have an argument.
There you go.
But I will say this. At least Black Adam doesn't have, an Amber Heard or an Ezra Miller on their cast. So that's a low bar.
Yeah, when the fuck is Aquaman 2 going to come out? I almost don't give a shit about that either.
I think a lot of I would not be surprised. Call me fucking crazy, but I would not be surprised if we didn't see something with Dr. Fate out of this, because most of the reaction that I've seen for this new trailer is they really like the JSA again because it tested well, which is cool. I love that they're doing a JSA, honestly, and I love that it's like a different thing outside of it's a totally different thing than the Justice League, and it's its own thing. And I saw somebody say that it kind of feels like X-Men vibes of like they're trying to make the JSA seem like an X-Men, like a younger team of heroes, like an X-Men style thing. And
that's perfect that you brought in Pierce Brosnan, who's in his 60s.
But that's the thing. I wouldn't be surprised. I'm telling you, I would not be surprised if something with Dr. Fate. They put the fucking helmet on him, dude. They put the helmet on him, and he does the Dr. Fate stuff. His powers come from a helmet.
I'm sure they did, but was anybody like super upset that they race swapped Hawkman?
I am, because I'm a purist. Gary Cole.
I'm asking you an honest question.
Gary Cole, who voiced Harvey Birdman, should have been Birdman. That's my problem.
I'm asking you a serious question.
Nobody said a thing because I don't think anybody fucking cares about this.
That's why I also got to call out this grifter bullshit. It's because like you don't bitch about every single thing.
No, I have not seen anything about people bitching about Black Adam about that. No.
You know, you can't have it both ways. You can't have it that everything is wrong if it's race swap, except for this one character that you don't really care about. You know what I mean? Like, first of all, we know that race swapping characters in one fashion is okay, depending on the character, right? You like if you made a movie about Harriet Tubman and tried to cast Julia Roberts, which actually happened in Hollywood. No shit. Yeah, you can't cast Julia Roberts as fucking Harriet Tubman, right?
Well, remember when Warner Brothers wouldn't let
but if they were
Tim Burton make Two-Face Billy D. Williams, they wouldn't let him do it because he was black.
Well, that's again like
if
you guys were serious about this race swapping thing not being okay, you guys would have been up in arms over Hawkman, and you're not. So fuck off.
Yeah.
Okay.
Another thing I can't, also they at D23 they released footage of the new Little Mermaid, and and Ariel's black.
Yeah.
So people are mad about that, but they're not mad about Hawkman.
The thing is, I don't give a shit about the Little Mermaid live action
I don't
fucking care.
I will tell you this:
more power to the lady doing it, and I hope she gets a lot more opportunities out of it.
To wrap the topic,
yeah, please.
I cannot wait for the review of this movie because I feel like you and I are going to be in way different mind frames. Because
for what?
for Black Adam.
Oh yeah, we are.
Because I think I'm gonna probably enjoy it, and you're.
I'm going.
I feel like you're gonna fucking.
I'm going
hate
into the
it.
movie. Here's the problem that I have.
I am going in cautiously
and
optimistic.
open-minded. I'm not. I'm
No,
going
you're
in.
gonna
I'm
fucking
going
hate
in
it.
with a big old fucking chip on my shoulder.
I'm gonna
and
put
this is
you.
gonna
If you
suck.
do that, I'm putting you on the fucking Griff report. You better believe that.
Why?
You son of a bitch.
Why am I on the Griff report?
Yeah, because then we talked about how much we hate when they're like they go in hating something without actually seeing it, and you're like, I'm gonna fucking hate this movie.
No, no, that's true. But
I know,
here's the thing.
I know you're not.
I'm not gonna care about this movie because I don't care about the characters. That's why.
Oh, I see how it is.
I just don't. I don't care. And to me, again, every movie I see that DC puts out is just like, why? Just stop and slow down and start over.
Tyler, it's your favorite segment.
Mom, they're letting girls into our club.
Next week I'll have the updated one.
Oh,
I don't have that one yet.
fucking punk.
Yeah. What are we talking about this week, folks? Well, let's get into it.
Let's talk about stuff that makes no difference to everybody, but we're gonna go ahead and get all bitchy about it anyway.
Yeah. So this is fun. So we're gonna do a little bit of a watch the grift happen in real time. A little bit, a little saucy, little saucy tossy.
Sausalito, California.
I've never been. Have you?
No.
Never been to Sausalito? Have you even been out west?
Yeah. Been to California twice, Arizona a couple times.
Okay. So Tyler, I don't know if
I
you
lived in Colorado.
I don't know
for
if you know
years.
this, but there are 2 fantasy shows going on right now. 2 big franchises. We got on one HBO Max,
Mhm.
House of the Dragon,
Don't care.
Game of the Thrones prequel.
Aware of it. Don't care.
Funny enough, both prequels to massive franchises.
Yes.
Other
And then
one,
The Rings of Power on Prime,
Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power on Prime,
which is a prequel to the.
So I wanted to point something out because I talked about this briefly.
we talked about this off the air, yeah.
Well, I've talked about this briefly as well. We did a segment about Lightyear a little bit. And then there's also, when I did the video talking about them freaking out over Obi-Wan Kenobi's sexual preference, I was talking about how they constantly compare things that you could, on paper, you could compare the House of Dragon to the Rings of Power. But at the
There's
same time,
similarities.
these guys are so obsessed with making it a competition.
Yeah.
They're obsessed with Rotten Tomato scores. They're obsessed with audience scores and Rotten Tomato critic score, all this shit. So back in the summer, this one was egregious. They tried to compare, because they're kids' movies, they tried to compare Minions' box office that crushed Lightyear's box office. And they made it seem like it was this anti-woke thing where I'm like, I guarantee you none of those people watch Minions.
Yeah, because a lot of Minions, there's a lot of woke.
I'm pretty sure there's like a
There's
non-binary
a
Minion or
lot
some
of
shit
woke
like that.
messaging in fucking.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to call it, there's a lot of woke messaging in Minions.
But they do
movies.
this too. They also said that Top Gun was a win because it's not a woke political movie, even though it's about the military, so it's inherently political.
Yeah, duh.
I don't know how to tell you this,
Fucking
but the
idiots.
military is a political aspect.
These folks don't get things.
So
either.
this one, I'll give them credit. This one would make sense if you wanted to make comparisons in fantasy shows, I guess. But here's the thing, and this is something you'll agree with too, I'm sure. But art is not a competition. Art will never should be a competition. I know there's like Marvel and there's DC and things like that, but in reality, the only thing they're competing with is everything else.
Yeah.
They're not directly competing with each other.
No.
They're competing with every other thing that you could watch.
No. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So here's the funny thing. Here's how you can catch. I'm Chris. Why did I go Australian? I'm Jake Williams, and this is how to catch a grifter. So I'm going to play a couple clips.
Yep.
Before HBO's House of the Dragon came out.
Okay.
So before that show came out, they were just like everything else, saying it was woke. Had their hate boners out for it, just like they have their hate boners out for the Rings of. Which, by the way, I will be honest. I'm with you. I watched the Lord of the Rings movies that Peter Jackson made. I've seen the Hobbit movies that Peter Jackson made.
I tried to.
I don't give a fuck about Tolkien. I really don't. And I wasn't going to watch the show. I might watch it just to be like, fuck the chuds. But I don't care that much about this show.
I heard good things about it.
I've heard nothing from people that actually watched it or, and don't have an agenda.
Yeah.
I've heard
it's
it's good.
things, yeah.
But they saw a black woman, as they do, and they saw and a woman lead, so they immediately hated it.
Of course.
they felt the same. But here's the thing: they also thought House of Dragon was woke. I've got a couple clips of that. So this is before House of the Dragon. I have two from Geeks and Gamers about.
Let's get it over with. I hate these fuckers.
House of the Dragon. So this is the first clip. I think this was like a month ago. But here's the first clip from Jeremy Griggs from Geeks and Gamers.
These clowns continue to run the best circus on the internet.
He's not talking about him and his
Hollywood.
friends.
They cannot learn from their mistakes. They continue to show how out of touch with the fans and reality they are. And we're going to keep roasting
This is a little bit
them
long. It's about a minute and a
it's
half.
just too much fun. So right here, House of Dragon showrunners
Keep roasting
didn't
them.
want
Keep
a
in mind,
bunch
they
of
hate
white
this show
people
before
for
it
the
comes
I
out.
cast.
can't fucking hear it.
Wow, a white guy telling you how he didn't want white people to be in his show. Sounds a lot like Ryan Johnson.
can't stop
When
talking
Ryan
about The Last
Johnson,
Jedi.
former Star Wars director who signed on for 3 more Star Wars movies that we've never seen, said, we need less white dudes directing Star Wars movies. After he signed to do 3 more. Because it's rules for thee,
How dare
not
he
for
make
me.
money.
It's always projection.
That bastard.
It's always nonsense. And Game of Thrones has been in a really bad place after season 8. When you have people that are virtue signaling like this and going out of their way to impact the story and the cast with their nonsensical identity politics, it will only show that they don't have the fandom or the story in mind.
It's almost...
What is he talking about? House
It's
of the
almost so predictable because he's talking about the characters, the showrunner, saying that he just wanted to have more inclusion in the cast because traditionally, if you watch the original show, it was mostly white actors and actresses, and he just wanted to have different color skin on his set. That's really all he was saying. But of course. You say that, they latch onto it, they attack it. We talked about it with the fucking Batman the Cape Crusader. So here's another one. This is after the first episode came out.
Of what?
House of Dragon.
Okay.
And in the first episode, there's a scene where the God, I can't remember her name, but the queen is giving birth. And it's a situation where the king has to make a decision to either the baby lives or she lives. It's a very poignant scene, very hard to watch scene, very graphic, and it was the way that it was shown was to illustrate the dangers of childbirth and what can happen with.
So
childbirth.
what does he say?
Will you stop rushing the show?
Well, no, I'm saying like
I know.
I get where you're coming from. Now I want to hear what he says, and
so
then we can.
Here's him responding again. He hates the show.
I'm sure
after one episode.
It feels more timely and impactful than ever. You are telling a story that takes place in a fictional world with dragons and murder and all of these horrible things.
How is dragons
and
and murder
you're
both
focused
fake?
on a virtue signal. Holy shit. This is why so many people have no faith in Hollywood. This is why I continue to say over and over and over again. Do not give them any benefit of the doubt. They don't deserve it. They don't deserve any of your respect. They have to earn your respect.
No, they don't.
They deserve nothing.
Nope.
So let's deconstruct this because
This is so
this
entitled.
This is the same motherfucker who was bitching about race swapping and gender swapping. And he just fucked up that point forever the rest of his life because he said they live in a fictional universe with dragons and murder. How is murder not real?
Well, and here's by the way,
That's
by
number
the way,
fucking
Tyler,
one, dude.
If you watch the episode,
Number one.
well, all they were saying, and I'm pretty sure this was an article that he read. I'm pretty sure
it's not it's not black and white.
but
It's
that
gray
that's
area.
not even that.
Oh.
It was somebody writing an article about this show and saying that scene feels more relevant than
So it's
ever.
not about the actual show.
No, because the show.
So why the fuck are you talking, this guy? Why is he even talking?
Because he saw an angle. He saw an angle for the grift to be like, they're talking about how it's Roe v. Wade. No way. By the way, dude, this was filmed like probably 6 months to a year ago. They had no fucking idea with the Roe v. Wade stuff.
No.
It's simply a scene about the dangers
It doesn't
of childbirth.
Yeah, it doesn't take a horribly bad decision by the Supreme Court for us to talk about abortion.
And
we've been doing it for 20 years.
here's
now,
another point.
50 years.
Here's another point on top of that. If in the context of the episode, both die. The baby and the mom die. Spoiler, sorry.
Whoops.
I know you're not going to watch it. That's why I said spoilers for anybody else. But the mom and the baby both die, and it's showing him losing his heir. The whole point of it is he's got a decision to make between making his brother or his daughter the heir of his throne. That's what it's about. And him mourning the loss of his wife and his child because she had a couple miscarriages. They had the first kid, they had a couple miscarriages, and then this one. And then she died. Mm-hmm. So that's what it was about. It had nothing to do with fucking Roe v. Wade. You made it about that. And just because you saw an article saying, like, man, it's so crazy. It's like, why are you so upset that because they don't understand art. They don't understand this shit. They have no fucking media literacy. You know how many times you can pull from fantasy from any writer and it's pertinent to this time? Because guess what? They're living in this fucking time.
And we've talked about this before, why science fiction writers are often able
I didn't mean to scream.
Why science fiction, well, I do it every day. Science fiction writers are able to kind of predict the future because they're using science, guys. So if you extrapolate, different aspects of science today, if you extrapolate and if you have critical thinking skills and you can kind of look at geopolitical impacts and ramifications on these types of things, you can predict maybe what the world's going to look like in 20 years. You might not be spot on, but you're going to be closer than a fucking romance novel or a fucking conservative dipshit like Jordan Peterson or Geeks and Gamers. Because guess who doesn't use science?
If you can't understand, if you cannot at this, either you're an idiot or you're committed to your grift. Because at this point, if you can't understand,
I think it's committed to your grift. Nobody can be that stupid.
That everything that is made, any art that is made, is political. Because it's all the stupid fucking phrase we talk about all the time. We talk about the grift report.
Art imitates life,
and culture is downstream. Politics is downstream from culture. That's just what it is. It's always been that way. Always been that way. So Nerdrotic, who's not appeared on the Grift Report in clip form, he also was anti House of the Dragon before it came out.
Game of Woke, House of the Dragon has less nudity and more androgynous characters. Now, we'll see where this article
He's reading
takes
an
us.
article from
the House
Bleeding
of the Dragon,
Fool.
The eagerly awaited prequel to the original series, has gone completely and utterly woke. Now, some might argue that A Song of Ice and Fire is woke. Game of Thrones was always woke.
Bet you,
I would argue
George R. R.
that
Martin
I
is
would
probably
certainly
Bleeding Fool
say that it
a
turned
knockoff
that
of
way
Bleeding Fool.
towards the end of the
No,
series.
Bleeding
and
Fool,
started
yeah,
to
is a
get
bullshit
very
right-wing site.
intersectional feminist. But the book has always had feminist themes, but it's also had a lot of other themes, and
It's like
was
anything?
even-handed.
What are you
Most importantly,
saying?
It was well written with compelling characters, which is what we always want. Now, when they go away from the source material to say lean into intersectional feminism,
don't,
which it
but
looks
okay.
like they're going to do with House of the Dragon, that's generally what people mean when they say woke. It's a broad term. Is Game of Thrones House of the Dragon going to be woke, as in filled with modernisms?
Oh my God.
Yes.
See, this is what I mean.
Did it have those themes?
This is
Did
what
it
I'm
have
talking about.
Feminist themes in the source material? Yes. But as I've stated many times, in the source material, the women are just as horrible as the men.
So it's okay because women suck and the men suck and all the characters suck.
I just don't know why these people are talking. I mean,
But that's what I'm
is
saying.
their-
How can anybody think that is legitimate criticism of something?
Right?
One that's never come out yet. They both did these videos. The abortion one, the Roe v. Wade one that he's trying to make, the second clip for Geeks and Gamers, after the first episode. But that one I just played from Neurotic was a month before the show came out. And he's saying all this stuff because, God forbid, they have a black character in it. And I'm pretty sure one of the main actresses said she's non-binary. And
Why does it piss you off so much, guys?
and by the
give me
way,
a good
by the
reason
way,
other than ew, it's gross.
you know what it is?
Why you don't like it?
You know what his whole saying that the show was leaning into intersectional feminism was simply saying because the show had several strong female characters in it. And for context, there's at least 3 or 4 very strong female characters by the end of the show, including one. By the way, there's a woman that's the main villain. You should love that shit. You fucking hate women so much. Here's Ryan didn't have enough good white people in the Batman canal.
HBO's Game of Thrones prequel goes woke. We'll explore internalized misogyny
It's like fucking paint by numbers.
and patriarchy.
You can predict
Yay!
this shit.
Can't wait. That'll be great. That's what everyone wants to tune into their fantasy series to get lectured on. And we've known this was coming for a while if you have been paying attention. Again, so much focus has been on Lord of the Rings, including here on this channel. But if you've been paying attention to the headlines that have come out, things like this. Showrunner for Game of Thrones spinoff House of the Dragon says House Valerian was race swapped to avoid putting, quote, another bunch of white people on the screen. Of course, something that George R.R. Martin likely signed off on because he's trying to do everything he can to atone for all of his non-woke things that he wrote in the past. And what about this? House of the Dragon showrunners revealed Game of Thrones spinoff was written with a focus on addressing accusations of racism and sexism against the original series. That's how this entire thing is being written. That's why it's not a surprise.
Yeah, I just kind of cut it there. Again, this is what my favorite. I love this so much. They act like the woke mob is literally the mob. They act like these people on Twitter are like, we heard you didn't put enough diversity in that show,
right?
Where's the feminism? Where's the strong women characters? What the fuck are you talking about? What the fuck are you talking about? I know, Tyler. I know. No, again.
Are we done?
No,
with the
I want
report?
to. We're almost. I want to do.
I just hate these
but the
fuckers.
reason I do this, the reason I've taken time out of our show to do
No, and I
this,
like that we do because they need
we
to be
have
taken
to
down.
point it out. We
They need
have
to be
to show
taken
you
down.
that you should not go to these people for their opinions, not because of the politics, because they don't have real opinions. They
No.
just have talking points.
And
They're
it's-
just like every other fucking lunatic on Fox News
You-
or anywhere
yeah,
else.
They're getting big bucks to say this shit. And here's why we're not shills. Again, I've said it before, but we don't make money doing any of this.
No.
And I know Jake well enough to know, and I know myself well enough, that if somebody came up to us and they were like, we'll give you $1 million to start acting like the fuckers at Geeks and Gamers and shit,
Yeah.
I know I would say no.
Absolutely. I would much rather make nothing doing what we're doing now, having fun, being ourselves, than being a bunch of lying fucking
Having
riffers
said
of
that, if I was standing in front of a guy who had an actual $1 million in a suitcase
change
in
my mind.
cash, I might say yes.
Okay, so
I'm not perfect or above it.
to wrap it up, House of Dragon comes out. They actually like it. Fuck. But here's the angle. We can still throw shade at Rings of Power.
Okay.
We can still attack Rings of Power because we still hate that.
Sure.
We still don't like that.
Sure.
Right? So we got 2 more clips, and these are shorter clips. These are shorter.
It's fine. It's cool.
And the reason I point this out is because I find this funny. So, Geeks and Gamers, they do like a Tuesday live stream. They call it Tuesday Night Main Event. They did a segment about how Rings of Power and Game of Thrones and House of Dragon. Here's Geeks and Gamers.
But it is nice to have something to mildly look forward to so far.
What?
That's the wrong clip.
Oh.
Oh well, fuck it. Anyway, we're just gonna do the Nerdrotic clip.
Yeah.
So this is Nerdrotic and his review, which is the most clickbaitiest title and I dug trying to get the clip where he talks about Ring of Power because in the title he says House of Dragon embarrasses Rings of Power or something to that effect. All caps, you know how they fucking do that shit. He's saying House of Dragon is so much better than Rings of Power. In the title, he talks for maybe you'll find out. I believe this is a 10-second clip. That's how much he talks about Rings of Power in this video.
And yes, it is 1,000 times better than the giant dumpster fire known as the Rings of Power.
That's all he gave to that. But he made a whole thumbnail saying Rings of Power sucks. How great this all these
racist fucks are clicking on this shit because they agree with him
because they hate Rings of Power
they're racist
so much
and bigots and misogynists. I'm not just throwing this word around like it's made of candy. I don't say this word lightly.
They're
but
bigots.
You've all proven every asshole that posts comments on our YouTube videos, you're giving yourself away.
Yeah.
So I mean, I love responding to you because it's so easy. Like,
but it's all talking.
You guys,
that's what I mean.
You guys twerking is cringy. You know what's cringy is your fucking whole world attitude, brah.
Well, that's the thing. they don't have opinions. It's just talking points. That's all
And
it is.
the worst part is that they're out there fucking defending these guys who make way more money than they ever
and then
will.
they can't just
and
like
you don't give a shit about them either.
they can't be like I was wrong. They can't make a video
No.
saying I was wrong. House
Yeah.
of Dragon is awesome, and then just like it. It has to be I like House of Dragon and it's better than Rings of Power and fuck Rings of Power. It can't just be I like this thing. It has again, it funnels into the grift because they know they can do outrage. And so if they say fuck Rings of Power in their title, boom, they've got clicks. Even though, as you just heard,
Right.
they mentioned Rings of Power for 10 fucking seconds.
Now, we talked about Black Adam a little while ago and how, you're going to go in with a positive attitude and stuff like that. And I am kind of going to go into the movie with a little bit of, I'm not going to be as open-minded. I'm going to try to be, though, because I don't want to be biased. I want to give myself into this movie. What was the movie I talked about that for the first 10 minutes I didn't like it and then I leaned into
Thor.
it? Was it
Still
Thor?
Love and Thunder, yeah.
I remember that. Yeah, and I remember being like, and it wasn't because of the woke shit, whatever. It was because I just didn't really I didn't know what the fuck was going on.
Yeah.
And then I leaned into it, and I just recently rewatched it. Still a good movie. But there are times when I go into something with an open mind, and if I had gone in with a closed mind attitude, that I might not have liked it.
Yeah.
So
Well, yeah, let's
I'll try and give Black Adam an open mind, just so I'm not like that.
let's just wrap it up by saying that's the point. That was my point of the grift was before it comes out, they've already preempted the woke attack on it. Critical Drinker is another one who said nobody cares about House of Dragon. Then it did 25 million viewers, and he changed the title of that video. So it's like you can see the grift happening in real time. And again,
It's
they
funny.
can't. That's my biggest issue. They can't just like something. They have to like something and then tear down something else.
Yeah.
It can never just be, I really like House of the Dragon. I don't really care for Rings of Power. That's how you know they're not honest. Because they attack that show for months and they still do it because they know it's their cash cow. And that's just what it is.
Yeah.
So that's it for the Grift Report. Tyler, let's go from things we hate to things we love. Let's go to the long box.
Yeah.
I went first last week.
You went
first last week. Write it down. I want to talk about a video game, so you can gloss your eyes over. Funny enough, while doing the research for House of the Dragon, Rings of Power stuff for the Griff Report, I started playing Shadow of War on Game Pass, and it's one of those situations where I played for a couple hours the other night, and I'm enjoying it. But dude, I hate that there's sometimes that modern video games sometimes make me feel like a boomer, where I'm like, this game in particular, this game has a ton of different systems that you're doing things with, and there's different things going on at once, and there's sometimes when I'm like, I just want to stab a guy. Why is there this thing and then that, and then I don't understand any of this shit. But it's cool, and I haven't got to there yet. But what's really cool about this game is if you die, because it's in the Lord of the Rings,
in real life.
it's in the Tolkien Lord of the Rings universe, whatever. And if you die, if you get killed by one of the orcs, they have this thing called the Nemesis system, and this is their second game. They did a game before that called Shadow of Mordor. And in the Nemesis system, whatever orc kills you goes up a rank in the army that you're fighting. And he remembers you. And he knows who you are. So it's actually pretty damn cool. And how it also changes in the sequel is you also build an orc army yourself. I haven't got to that part of the game, but and then the Nemesis system is like you can have soldiers that betray you. You can have soldiers, which I had happen to me one time. I was like, holy shit, that was cool. Where I was fighting, I'm getting my ass kicked, and this soldier comes out of nowhere and blocks a shot from this orc and starts attacking him. He's like, oh, I'm with you, you know. And I was like, that's fucking cool because it's organic and it's in the world.
You're organic.
But man, oh man, I'm serious. I really don't fucking care about Tolkien shit. So a lot of the main story stuff, I'm like, I don't care. Get to the part where I stab orcs. And most video games like this, I'm like, okay, cool. But I am so like hit or miss with fantasy. And I'm still surprised that I watch Game of Thrones and House of Dragon because I don't really care about it.
Yeah.
About like fantasy because sci-fi was always more my thing.
Yeah.
But it is what it is. Anyway, Shadow of War, Middle Earth, Shadow of War. I've been having fun with that. Shout out to Game Pass.
Is that a Xbox or what is it?
It's on everything.
Everything.
It came out like in 2017. So.
Oh. Okay.
What? I'm late. I played the first game, loved it.
Go even older than you
All
with
right.
my long box.
Here
We're
we
gonna
go.
go back to
Just
1986.
wrap it and tap it.
Wow.
Fuck this in.
Well, now that it's my turn to talk, I want to.
Because we're
slow
about,
it down a
the
little bit.
episode's about to finish. We're about to finish. So
Oh,
wrap
okay.
it. Wrap it.
Wrap it.
Wrap it,
I'm gonna
tap
talk
it,
about
wrap
a
it.
movie from 1986. My parents,
Jesus.
back in the day, buying a video cassette of a movie was like $90. Like
Yeah,
it was ridiculous.
VHSs were crazy.
So,
that's why everybody rented them.
When they started coming down and having like the $5 and $10 and $20
Yeah.
sales, like they now have with Blu-rays and stuff, they were like, hey, so we bought one that was like on sale, and it was called Murphy's Romance. It's Sally Field and James Garner. Corey Haim is also in it. But
One of the Corys.
But it's a really good story because it's about Sally Field trying to get her life started again with her young son, Corey Haim. And James Garner, it's this tiny town in Arizona. The reason why I want to talk about it is it's a good movie. It's a feel-good movie. It's funny. It's cute. You know, it's heartwarming, whatever. Sally Field is great. James Garner is great. But there's a moment where she has to go and she's trying to get a loan because she bought a farm where she does all the horse stuff. And there are plenty of moments of guys like, you need help, little lady, and stuff, which was not played for woke effect back in 1986.
Yeah.
It was played for this is the way women have to this is what women have to put up with. So I'm bringing it up because I want to throw some shade at these fuckers who think this woke
New.
stuff is
Yeah.
new, okay? So she goes to try and get a loan, and the bank lady's like, well, you have no husband to sign, and you're not a good risk. And she's like, so wait a second, if I had to fly instead of a zipper in these pants, I'd get a loan. And the banker, who was a woman, by the way,
Yeah.
says you'd have a better chance.
Yeah, I mean, it wasn't, you're talking about it went to
Women
the 70s.
couldn't own their own. Hey, that Star Wars girl. You think fucking women have had it so great for so long? If you were alive in the 70s and of age to have a credit card, you wouldn't have been able to have one of your own.
You didn't
Doesn't that piss you off?
You didn't have contraception until the 60s.
And yet
birth
you
control.
are out there fucking singing the praises of the white male rape
Women
culture.
couldn't even vote until the 20s.
Yes. That was not a good
that
yes.
was a good drop.
not a good
That
yes.
was a good drop. Anyway,
But I wanted to put that out there because there is a female commentator, right-wing grifter out there that we talk about sometimes. And I just want you to understand how far you're setting your gender back every time you open your mouth and spew this shit. It's not new. Women have not had it easy for a long time. Neither have minorities. There's no reason for me. I have no problem with women and minorities having a lot of stories right now where they're pissed.
Tyler,
They have every right to be.
Tyler, do you realize how insulting it is
Uh-huh.
that you think that these minorities and women
Yeah, they're
need-
trying to erase white people.
Well, no, you think that they need to have them represented on screen? Why can't they identify with any character? I've had people throw that argument in my face, and I'm like,
Jesus.
yeah,
really?
dude, I can identify with a black person. Yeah, sure, absolutely. You can identify with any character. The point is,
When I watch
those people don't have those opportunities
Right.
because there's so many fucking white actors.
When I watch a story that doesn't feature a white character, it's good for me because A, I'm learning something about a culture I may not have never known about. B, it's broadening my horizons.
and C, I don't give a fuck. Nah, let me.
I'm just saying, like,
Yeah.
look, it's that's why I
Don't
like
race
Miss
swap
Marvel.
characters.
That's why I liked Miss.
Why do you like when people say that? Why do you cling to that? Why do you cling? Don't race swap characters. Why? Why does it fucking matter? They're fictional. They're not real people.
And the guy put himself on blast by saying, like, you guys are in a fictional thing with dragons.
Yeah, exactly.
So why you fucking
This is the last episode before we hit the road.
Ah!
Episode number 30. Or
Episode
30
number
63.
2700.
We gotta do something sexual for 69. Like hottest sex scenes in movies. You know. Best.
That drop alone is just so out of context. We might do something sexual for 69.
Sexy.
News to me.
Wait, put Fader. Episode 69. Somebody,
You know we're gonna get
somebody's
get some emails on that one.
somebody's crashed their car. It's like, what the fuck?
We're gonna get some emails on that one.
Anyway, thanks so much.
guys pantomiming and making it sound like you were eating pussy?
Also, did you
Yes.
see some people saying that Stan Lee would be rolling over in his grave after that She-Hulk twerking scene? I'm like, did you forget that he made Stripperella? Remember that? Yeah, he did that. And
Shut the fuck up.
he was pissed. By the way, wrap things up. He was pissed that his cameo wasn't actually in a strip club. Stan Lee wanted his cameo to be in a real strip club, and it wasn't. And he was mad about it. So that tells you everything you need to know about Stan Lee. Also, somebody said he was Christian. He was Jewish, you thick-headed fuck.
Yeah, you fucking idiot. Are you dumb?
Excelsior. Do I have it? No, fucking.
Yeah, whatever. And that's it.
And that's it.
And that's it.
Excelsior. I need to
That's
get
it.
a drop of him cussing. Remember that one when he was cussing?
I think so.
Somebody animated it back when he passed.
Oh, yeah.
It's funny shit. We love you, Stanley.
I need to get. my bag
Don't
out of your car.
tell your family to stop controlling your account. They're trying to sell NFTs and that really pissed me off.